Hey everybody, I'm Demario and this is my wife Dakara. And together we make the Homans. This is our new channel, Marriage Madness. Welcome to episode 1.
We created this channel, right? As a way to be an outlet, to be transparent, to just talk about a lot of things that people like us can relate to, whether you're married, whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, whatever. It's Marriage Madness because we will talk about a lot of marital.
The ups, the downs, the arguments, the good, the bad, everything.
Yeah, so we have been wanting to create this channel for a while, and we have just been procrastinating. We have a family YouTube channel that we were kind of focusing on, the Holman Family on YouTube. Check it out with our kids, and we're still going to be very much active on that too as well, but we wanted to create this outlet for a different purpose. A little bit about us for the people that don't know us. We are married. We have been married for how long?
5.5 years.
5.5 years. We will be married 6 years in October. Thank God. We've been together for
10 plus years.
11. Ain't no 10 plus. I need my year. 11 years. We have 4 beautiful children. My husband has his junior, my stepson. He doesn't live with us. He lives with his mom. And then we have our 3 children and a puppy. And our kids, Summer is 1, Leia is 6, and Damari is 9. So we have quite a few kids and a lot of responsibilities around here. And we still have to make sure that we do what we have to do for each other.
Right.
So this first episode, I thought that it would be relevant to talk about something that everybody is dealing with right now, which is quarantine life.
Pandemic.
This coronavirus situation. We're not going to talk about the virus too much because that's not the energy that we want to give.
More so talk about how it affected our lives.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that's smart to start with. How has this quarantine life changed us as a whole?
For me, it hasn't changed much as far as working. I am an essential worker, so I do go out and work every single day. How has it changed me as Demario? I'm learning to cherish every moment like it's my last moment, because this virus has really taken a lot of people out of this world. I've learned the importance of family and the time that you spend with your family. This quarantine, it's been tough. We had moments where it was just, we felt like it was the end. We didn't know what was going on. We'll get into that. She'll talk about that later. But yeah, this quarantine has changed me to a whole new person as far as paying attention to what my kids needs, what my kids wants, what my kids asking me. Just everything, man. Just everything.
I think for me, I will say, as far as being in the house, I'm a homebody anyway. I worked from home for years. I've stayed at home for years. My kids, I recently quit my job before the pandemic to go full-fledged with my business. But so it's not the idea of actually just being in the house, but I think the reason why we're in the house has really made it tough for me. The change or whatever, as far as me, I know that physically I've been here for my kids and with my kids every single solitary day, even before the pandemic, but I may not have been as present as I wanted to be. What I'm grateful for is the ability to see where I'm lacking as a parent, as a wife, because we got nothing but time. So how has it changed? I'm paying more attention to my kids. I'm paying more attention to my husband. I'm paying more attention to myself. And I say that because when this pandemic started, and it's so crazy because we went to Disney in March, the first week of March, when before all of
right before the chaos
happened. And I don't think we realized how serious it was at the time.
Yeah.
Thankfully, our kids got to enjoy that moment before all of this happened, and thankfully we're fine because we did travel, we did fly. And but after we got home, and then like the news, and then watching this virus affect people that we know, and then just seeing negative and unfortunate event after unfortunate event. And I'm a knower, if I made that word up, but I'm a knower. I want to know everything, so I research a lot. And with this virus, I was researching, and I'm also like a person that I rarely take medicine. I believe in like holistic and natural remedies, and I do a lot of research when it comes to that. So like, you know, reading about what this virus is doing to people, and like just like it just got really scary. And I think I overdid it with the research. I think I overdid it with the social media. I know that I allowed everything that was going on outside consume me inside. And I dealt with, and I'm still dealing with, anxiety. And it's been really tough. Has that been difficult for you?
Her anxiety has been super tough on me, only because watching her deal with the anxiety, with the crying and not knowing why she's actually anxious, and me talking to her constantly like, let's stay off of social media, let's stop reading all these articles, this is what's affecting your mind. But me not actually knowing if that's what's affecting her, it started to affect me to the point where I was hurting inside because I didn't know how to help her, and that bothered me to the point where it was times when I was going to work and I didn't know if she was at home and she was okay. But when I text her and I talked to her, she was like, I'm fine, babe, right now. It's just tough on me. My chest is heavy. And that was worrisome for me because I know that I had to stay strong for her. Because if I got weak, then this could have just been bad for our whole entire house, because nobody would have been able to function. The kids can't function by themselves. And if mom and dad is unable to function, it's kind of like we assed out, basically. So my goal for our family was to remain strong and talk to her every day, letting her know like, hey, we are okay. Nobody is sick. Let's thank God for that. And let's just keep pushing through this pandemic or whatever. And I'm not sure if she understood that I was feeling the way I was feeling, because she was so in a place where, I don't know, your place was kind of like you didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna talk about it too deep, but like as far as my anxiety, like my triggers, my kids, my life, my family is everything. And then like to watch in this pandemic, like so many people just being ripped away from their families, people passing on, just it's no, you know what I mean? It's no real leadership in this world. Is like you don't know what to expect. So like my mind raced, And it's still racist. It's just like, because we know tomorrow is not promised. So all the what ifs like really consume me. And I just, like I said to my husband plenty of times, like I just can't imagine not being here for my kids or him.
Come on, the voice getting choppy. Stop. Okay.
I just can't imagine the most unfortunate circumstances. And the reality of it happens to people. So, that, and then like I said, I OD with the research, and I have to know like my triggers. Like, it's when it's time to get off social media. So like a train wreck to me. Like, I'm hurting inside, my chest is heavy, and I'm still scrolling. Like, kind of doing it to myself.
On top of worrying about me being out there, going to work every day, not knowing, that kind of played a big part in why she was feeling the way she was feeling as well.
Yeah, just because my husband, I know he has to be out there. So it's just like, I'm home with my kids, and I'm trying to do everything that I can to make sure that we're all protected. But the fact of the matter is, he leaves each and every day and comes back each and every day. So, that, and then like I got so anxious, and it got so bad that I literally made myself sick. I wasn't eating for weeks. I lost the gang of weight. It was just, it has been tough. And hearing him talk, like, of course he's not gonna tell me that he's getting weary or weak in the place that I'm in, but even now, like, as I'm trying, like, that makes me want to push even harder to be better mentally, because like I don't want to, you know what I mean, I don't want that energy to rub off on my husband, because he's all I got, him and my mom, and my close family and friends that do know what I deal with and can kind of help me through. But they all I got, and I can't I can't break them down. And I know, like, anybody that deals with it, they'll argue with me, like, anxiety really ain't nothing to play with. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not a joke. It's serious. And I'm sure that before this pandemic and now, my husband probably has a totally different view and outlook about it, because I've had anxiety for a very long time. And it got a little moderate after I had my last child, but this has been a totally different experience. And I'm still processing it all. I'm using my resources. I'm going to therapy, virtual therapy weekly. And I'm just trying to do different things to maintain my peace. So I'm thankful that I'm not where I was 6 weeks ago. I'm thankful that I'm coming along, because that's, I think, for me and for him especially, has been the most difficult part.
Yeah, I haven't had a haircut in 3 months, as you can see. Like, I don't want to even risk her anxiety sparking again. So I'm sacrificing a haircut for however long I have to sacrifice it for. So,
and in addition to that, just the tough aspect of the reality, actually, of realizing that you lack as a parent. I'll say that for myself. Like I said, being present for the kids and being present with them is two totally different things.
Right.
And I think as a person, I've always been on go, like, always. From the time we got together, I was in school, to being a parent, to being a stay-at-home mom, to working and then taking care of my kids, and then being a stay-at-home mama too, was still working full-time. And then, and I got 3 degrees, so I went to school for a long time. Like, I've been always doing something simultaneously, to the point where when I don't have nothing to do, I find something else to do. Right. And then even after quitting my job in January, I went full-time with my business, which was doing really well. And like, it was just still go. And now I actually have the time to sit still and realize, like, you got to focus on what's important. And to me, that's my husband, my kids, God, my spiritual awakening has definitely come in this, time too, because I feel like a lot of it is God sitting a lot of people down. Like, I want your time. Like, I want, I want your attention. And I think that has also helped me with navigating through my anxiety, because I'm able to take time for the things that I know I need to take time for. I did shut my business down, and I don't regret it. I will, be opening back up soon, but just this time that I have, like, it allowed me to focus on mental health and everything else around me that's the most important. And I feel pretty good today. I'm glad, I'm able to get up and do this. So that I'm thankful for. But what have you learned in this quarantine time?
What I've learned from this is the importance of the time you spend with your family. For me, I work from 8 till 6 in the evening, and I lack spending time once I get off of work, because all I wanted to do was come home and take a shower and chill out, because I felt like I don't feel like doing anything right now. And I kind of took away that from my kids. They may have wanted to go to Target to pick up a toy, or they may have wanted to go to get ice cream that day, and I was like, nah, we can go tomorrow. So for me, it's the attention that everyone in the house requires. Whether it's my wife, she may want to paint this wall, or she may want to read this book, or read this scripture, or watch this movie, or watch this show. I shouldn't feel like I don't have the time right then to do whatever any one of them is asking me. I can't do everything for everybody at one time, but for me, it's more time with my family, putting my phone down, staying on social media, turning the TV off, just focusing on us, focusing on the whole home and household, just everybody.
And I agree. I am right with you. He's not by himself. I've lacked as a wife. I've lacked, as a mother, like I said. And there's things that just shouldn't have taken precedence over what's important. So the idea of all of this quarantine, or what I've learned, is that family first.
Facts.
And forever. And everything else will come after that. And spiritually, like, even in, my talks with God and things that I've learned, is like, he don't give you your blessings to neglect them. And a lot of the times you might be at a standstill because you're not paying attention to, or focusing on the things that he's giving you. Because I know he didn't give me my kids to not nurture them the way I need to. And they're amazing kids. And, I know that they're going to be something, but I know that they require a lot from me. And not giving them the time and attention that they need is just not something that I intend to do any longer. So I think just being able to say, like, hey, this is where I'm lacking at, and this is what I need to do better, and this is what I'm going to do better at. I can appreciate this sit down to get to that place, for me and for you. Yeah. As far as the kids in school, I was going to ask you how you feel about it, but you be at work. So I talk about it. My kids are in virtual school. Well, their last day was Thursday, thank you. But they were in virtual school, and I would say that it was kind of tough. Because it was just different for them entirely. My son especially, he spent more time on the computer. He goes to a private school, so they wasn't playing. He had to be up at 8 o'clock in the morning and be on that computer. And he was in a Zoom classroom with his teacher, and they went through every subject that they would have went through in school that day. Yeah. So I know that was tough for him, because he learns best certain ways. And
he's hands-on. He's more hands-on. The definitely. Virtual was different for him.
But he definitely still did great. His report card came. He's on honor roll. Yep. One of the 2 in his class that made it to honor roll. So I am so pleased that even in the midst of all of this difficult transition, that he still did pretty well. My daughter, she loves school. She loves to learn, so she has never really been an issue with it. She's reminding me some days. She's like, Mom, it's time for me to log on to school. I'm like, oh, yeah, it is. But because he would go during the day and she would go during the evening. So it's been, a little tough. But thankfully, that's over.
School is out.
I'm a little leery about them going back. My husband is like, they got to go. But for me, I don't know. It's probably my anxiety and everything too, but I have to take stuff day by day. Like
I tell her every day, you kind of gotta take responsibility for yourself and your family. When you out, when we out and about, let's just say when everything goes back to normal.
Never.
When you're out and about, you have to take your own proper precautions. We always had hand sanitizer in our purse. We always had hand sanitizer on our keychain. But it wasn't as important to us to put hand sanitizer on our hands after we touched the article of clothing in the clothing store. It was more so for when we left out of the bathroom and say we touched the handle in the bathroom. It's just you have to be more mindful now of the importance of washing your hands, hand sanitizing your hands, wiping down everything before you touch it. Don't touch your mouth, don't touch your face. You have to kind of police yourself when you out here in the streets now. So,
but
the kids going back to school is, it's kind of like, I'm 50-50, but I'm leaning more towards them going back to school only because we have to go back to normal at some point. Well, though it'll never be normal, this is the new normal, so they'll have to at some point leave this house.
I understand that, and
which is tough for any parent. Like any parent that has a kid nowadays is like, I don't want my kid going to Andrew house or so and so house because you don't know what
did they do that anyway?
Or so and so does over there. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't. Our kids didn't go to nobody's house anyway.
But I'm just saying that's just how you thinking now because you don't want them to go to school.
Yeah.
And they're around other kids all day. So.
Yeah. What's some different things you want to do, like after? I don't know. I guess during and after this quarantine, things that you haven't implemented yet, but things that you want to do.
I definitely want to get out more. I definitely want to.
How?
I mean, like I said, at some point we have to leave the house. We can't spend the rest of our life in the house. Like our kids literally been in the house for months.
Since we got back from Disney, so
for months.
March 8th, we have not.
They've been outside. They've been in front of the house, but they haven't been no further than that. I'm pretty sure in their head they're probably like, "When we going to Nana house?" or something like that. But what was the question again?
Things you want to do different.
Oh, things I want to do different is more family outings. I want to walks in a park. I want the not the norm. Like I'm used to taking my kids to Dave and Buster's and Chuck E. Cheese and stuff like that. I want to do stuff like, let's go to the park. Let's pack up a little cooler or whatever. Let's go sit in the park, let the kids run around. That's what we used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
It's kind of like we went to the park. It was basketball.
Take it back to the basics.
Yeah, let's take it back to what we used to do as kids and our parents and how they had us outside.
And piggybacking off of you, I want to do like family traditions so that they're used to. Like I've already told Leia, with school being over, we're going to do a movie Monday. So when I order my groceries, I order the snacks for the movies. And, we'll pick a movie and set it up like it's a movie theater in the house and do movie Mondays. And then we'll probably, pick 2 other days of the week to do something and make it like a regular thing.
Yeah.
That way, you know what I mean? They're used to this and they'll be asking for it. and they won't really, you know what I mean, want to do the stuff that we really can't do right now.
Yeah. Sure.
So I do agree on that. I think that, and we've been kind of doing this more often, but when it's mommy and daddy time, it's mommy and daddy time. We let them run our day.
Yeah, right now we're recording this video. We said, I got to go upstairs because we got to record this video.
Right.
And
because
they're stomping upstairs right now because they're ready to come down, but
right.
This is our time.
This is our time. And we don't usually do it. So that's why it's stomping upstairs, they're not used to it. Usually we'll be like, oh, well, you know, we'll plan around the kids. So, yeah. But the thing is, we got a 1-year-old. So if she sleep and then they want to be all over us, all in the same room and blah, 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 then there's really no us time until at night. And sometimes I'd be tired. He like to play his game. I like to go to bed, and then we ain't did what we wanted to do. So, just making life work for us. Like,
yeah.
We shouldn't lack nowhere because we in control.
Our enjoyment shouldn't require money all the time.
Yeah.
It shouldn't require us to take the kids here and buy them this or buy them that. Sometimes the enjoyment comes from the little things, like just being outside, riding bikes, walks in a park, or just old school stuff, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm excited for the different things that we plan to do, that we're gonna start doing. And in the midst of the bad experiences with this quarantine, I'm really thankful to have this time to reflect. And even when it comes time to, you know, get back to the new norm and stuff like that, I think that I'm going to still enjoy the piece of putting family first, and like you said, not having to go somewhere or always do something, because there is peace and there is happiness and joy and love in everything. You just have to make it. So out of all of that, we ain't gonna make this video too long, because we could talk about quarantine life forever. But let us know how quarantine has affected your life and your family. Drop some comments below.
The email will be posted below. Give us some topics below this video, and we'll take a look at them, review them, and we'll get back to the second video.
Right. So thank you for watching episode 1 of Marriage Madness. We will be back weekly.
Yeah, we'll be back weekly.
Weekly with a new video. If not, maybe 2 times a week. We'll see how we can do this. But again, thanks for watching. We appreciate your view, and let us know what you want to talk about, what you want to hear from us. If you got any questions, we about to create an email address right now and put it below, like he said. And
let us know if you enjoyed the video, and below, man, for sure. So I don't want to be doing these videos and y'all like, man, they whack, you know what I'm saying? But though we don't care, but I still want to know. Thank you guys for watching. It's the Homans. Peace.